Aisha Queen. I'm a Jade affiliate here with Vida Divina. And today I'm going to talk to you about rejection. Rejection, okay? Somebody type rejection in the chat. It is okay to be rejected. It is okay to go through the feeling of not wanting to be rejected. We all feel that feeling. Every single person has felt it or is feeling it. The key is to feel it and get over it. So type that in the chat. The key is to feel it and overcome it. And so I want to start with, the better you are at communicating, negotiating, and handling fear of rejection, the easier life is. Because if you think about it, we're rejected. We could be rejected in so many different aspects and not just business. You have been rejected before when there was a woman you wanted to date and she said no. You have been rejected before when there was a man and he said no. You have been rejected when you were in a relationship and all of a sudden the partner ended it. You have been rejected when you were fired from a job. You have been rejected when you told your kids to do something and they didn't do it. Rejection comes in all forms. And so that's not going to stop you from dating. That's not going to stop you from telling your kids what you expect of them. That's not going to stop you from trying to find another job you like. So don't let that stop you here in business in terms of believing in your dreams, believing in your goals, and finding the right business partners and customers. Let me tell you, rejection is a part of the process because it shows you, it helps you to grow, it helps you to build strength and character and confidence, believe it or not. Because when you are rejected, you can have conversations with your mentor to find out what could I have done differently. When you are rejected, you can find things on the internet as to how to overcome these specific rejections. And therefore, next time it happens, you're able to have a different kind of conversation. I wanted to talk about this because I was in the car the other day, and I made a call to a prospect. And, the call was, I think it was very successful, although I was rejected. I've been rejected so many times, so many times I can't even count since I've been doing network marketing, from me introducing people to the product, and they say, oh, that's not for me, or the business, oh, that's not for me. I've gotten that thousands of times, right? But I never let it stop me from going to the next conversation. Or what I learned to do is what I want to talk to you all about today. I learned to find at least 2 or 3 other additional ways to get a yes or no in that conversation. So I want y'all to write it down. Think of backup questions that can get you 2 or 3 more yes or no's in that conversation. And so with this particular person, she owns a couple of hair salons, and I follow her on Facebook. I always see her content, and so I reached out to her and said, hey, can we have a conversation? And so when I was telling her about it, my first step in that conversation was to, number one, write this down. I complimented her for the strengths and the successes that I see through her social media. Because anybody that's, posting and consistent is doing it for a purpose. And so to acknowledge that makes them feel good, right? So you want to make that person feel good before you start asking for anything, right? Let them know, I see you, I hear you, I'm paying attention to you, and this is why we're having this conversation. And so, especially when you are thinking of, inviting them to be a business partner, because people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And so to already say, I hear you, I see you, lets them know you're paying attention to them, right? And so then I asked her, would she be willing to try my product after giving her a quick rundown about the product. Don't be afraid to give a rundown. A rundown could be you telling your story. A rundown could be, I noticed your post. You talked about, because people post all the time. Let's say you see a post and somebody say, I got to get my blood pressure under control. So a rundown could be talking about the stories of people who have had that same issue. And so, giving that quick rundown of what I know. And then when she said, oh, no, I wouldn't be willing to try it, and she gave her explanation. I didn't try to convince her to try it. That's the mistake a lot of people make. A lot of people say, well, let me convince you to try it. But guess what? I want y'all to write this down. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. You ever have somebody buy product from you and then don't use it? Or buy it, take a sip of it, and say, oh, I don't like the way it tastes? Not to say you convince them to get it, and then they got it, but they were already of the mindset. Matter of fact, let me tell you, my father, he is of the mindset that he is not going to use any of my products, no matter what I tell him. And I thought that I could convince him to believe in my products by giving him a tea already made in the gallon. Do y'all know he did not drink it at all? He took a sip and said it was nasty. This man, and so rejection, right? So with this woman particularly, I'm like, I'm not going to try to convince her why she should, because with her health issues, I could see why she should use it. And we would want to jump in and say, well, this is why you should. But no, move on to the next phase. The next phase would be, oh, we're having a health call. You're concerned about your health, and I understand that. We're having a health call on Sunday. Every Sunday we actually have a health call where we talk about, some of the situations that most people face, some of the most prominent situations, and we elaborate on how our products have helped these people. We elaborate on how lifestyle can help these people. Would you be willing to listen in? And then the next phase after that, getting that third, so with her, what I did was I said, because I know she's a business owner, I said, well, would you be willing to allow me to advertise my business in your shops? Could I put up an advertisement and let it stay in your shops? And she said, yeah, we can do that. She was like, I'd definitely be willing to talk about that. So let's set up a meeting. So I have a meeting with her this week. But imagine if I would have looked at that first rejection and said, she said, no, all right, thank you, have a nice day, goodbye. I have recruited so many people through rejection. I have recruited so many people through rejection, because when that person I'm talking to says no, I say, okay, who do you know? Y'all type that in the chat. When somebody say no, you say, okay, you find a way. You don't have to directly say, okay, cool, who do you know? You find a way to say, okay, who do you know? That could be, well, if I send you a status to post to shout me out, would you shout me out? Because I know that you are connected to a lot of people, and everybody are on different walks of life. So I'm pretty sure that there are some people you're connected to who could benefit from what I'm talking about. Would you shout me out? When they say no, I'm waiting for y'all to type that. When they say no, you want to find out who do you know. Okay? And so we know what mission we're on with this 90-day challenge. With this 90-day challenge, we're aiming to each individually accumulate at least 500 new customers. With this 90-day challenge, we are aiming to each individually at least go up 3 to 5 new ranks, which means we need to get at least 30 to 50 new business partners in our organization. And so with that, you got to look at the value of what doing it anyway means to you. What overcoming the fear of rejection means to you. What asking just one more question could mean to you. Let me tell you how I have recruited through rejection. I had someone post a status, and this particular person posted a status, and I got at least like 40 comments on that status. And out of those 40 comments, I sold to at least 20 people, and one of them joined me in business. And this has happened several times. I've had people say, that's not for me. And then I say, okay, can you shout me out? And when they shout me out and they see that 90 people in the commented and said info, they say, whoa, let me look at this again, because all these people are interested. Maybe I do need to get in. And so that's why it's important to ask that one more question. Do not undervalue what we do in any way and cut yourself short and just say okay when somebody says no. When somebody says no, they're not saying no to you. People are not telling you no. They just don't see what you know. So don't take it as a personal attack. When people say no, they're looking at their schedule, their skill level, their network or lack thereof, their current focus, what they have been taught. All of these things you're coming up against when you are interrupting someone's current situation with something brand new. And so find a way to ask 2 or 3 more times different ways. And I gave the examples of inviting them to the call, asking them to shout you out, ask them to host a tea party. If they've already used the product before and they're saying they don't want to be a part of the business, say, would you host a party with me? Since you love what it did for you, could you get 10 people in a room so we can tell people your story? Right? When you undervalue what you do, the world will undervalue who you are. And so with that being said, looking at your goals and objectives for the next this 90-day run we're in, look at yourself with the end in mind. Look at yourself hitting that ring of silver and leading other people to achieving $500 to $1,000 extra a month through sales in your organization. Look at how many people will come off medication and live a better quality of life through you still choosing to go forward even through rejection. The posture you have when you see the value in where you're going gives you the confidence to keep going, gives you the confidence to have one more hard conversation, gives you the confidence to ask one more hard question. And so with that, today, I hope that this call can inspire you to not stop at no. Go and have 30 conversations today where 30 people have told you no. And if they say yes the first time, great. Don't count them. Go look for 30 no's, right? Do what you got to do for those yeses. Of course, they say yes, awesome. Celebrate them, invite them, sell them, whatever the case may be. But I want you to specifically aim for 30 no's today. And 30 no's by 30 different people. So you can ask them at least 2 more questions before you get off the phone. And see how you can turn a no into a yes. Good morning, everybody. I'm seeing you. Thank you so much. Okay? That's the task for today. And let's see if we can pack out our opportunity calls on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Let me tell you something. Another rejection most people get is, oh, I'm busy at that time, right? When you say, can you get on our calls Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? They say, oh, I'm busy. What you want to do is change that. If you get I'm busy a lot, change that. Listen, I have a couple of ways that you can see this information. Either are you available Tuesday at 9 p.m. or Wednesday at 9 p.m.? They say, no, those times don't work for me. I work in the evening. No problem. Look, here's the next follow-up question. If I send you a short video, when would you have 30 minutes to watch it and get back to me? Because now the ball is in their court. You didn't let it end at that no, I can't get on the call. See, some people would be like, oh, this person is never available at that time, so she'll never hear the information. But you also have YouTube. You could go on YouTube and find a video that explains it the way you like and use that video. Or guess what? Listen. Guess what? You can make your own presentation video and put it on YouTube. Who knew? That way it can be explained particularly exactly how you would want them to hear it. Yes, you can make your own YouTube presentation and put it on YouTube. And that way you can be the person explaining the opportunity to them. And that's a good look, because when they see you on their screen, they say, oh, this person is serious. They are valuable. that you add value to what you're talking about when it's you on the screen giving the presentation. Because they say, I'm getting to know them through their story on this presentation. They say, this is somebody I can learn from because I'm scared to do these kind of videos. So if this person has done it, I can learn from them. This person is a leader because they have a video on YouTube. So yeah, I want y'all to step away from not making videos, not doing presentations, because I'm telling you, it'll only help you go higher faster. But anyway, I want you to talk to 30 people, get 30 no's, not talk to 30. You might talk to 50 because 20 of them might say yes. Don't stop at those 20 yeses. Aim to get 30 no's so you can see how asking additional questions, finding additional ways to tap into their network can get you some yeses, so you can get through the no's and realize it's not about that. No, it's not about you. It's not because they don't like you. That no, it's about everything they have going on. All right. So with that, have an amazing and empowering day. Reach your goals. Don't give up. Make sure you are on the training calls tonight. Make sure that you do some studying today. If you are struggling in any area of your business, reach out to your upline and say, hey, I need help. It is okay to reach out to your upline and say, hey, I need help. It's okay to reach out to the silver or the gold or the diamond and say, hey, what can I do to improve the results I'm getting? Because that's what we as leaders need, so we can know exactly how to feed you specifically. All right. Have an amazing day, y'all. See y'all tonight on the training call. This call is officially over.